The red, white, and blue is greener than ever. With 10 states and counting legalizing recreational cannabis use, and pot shops becoming an everyday staple of neighborhoods across the country. But unlike Amsterdam's famous coffee shops, you won't find anyone actually getting high inside most of these retail outlets. But now that's all starting to change. Alaska just became the first state to okay on-site marijuana use. And further south, California is leaving the issue up to the cities, with consumption lounges already allowed in Oakland, Palm Springs, West Hollywood, Eureka, and San Francisco, where Bay Area businesses are letting smokers get high on their own supply. And none more so than Mo Greens, the largest consumption lounge in San Francisco. I just caught up with CEO Nate Haas for an inside look at indoor consumption.
Welcome to Mo Greens.
This is amazing, Nate. Thanks for having me. So you opened in January. What's your philosophy behind this whole thing when you started it?
We wanted to create a place that was a safe, clean, and comfortable environment for people to purchase and as well imbibe marijuana. In San Francisco, we have a lot of tourists and a lot of visitors. So in a lot of places, you're not allowed to smoke, and California law says you can't smoke outside. We don't want you smoking in our parks, near playgrounds. So I think for us, and we have this kind of space, it's really beautiful, really inviting, comfortable. For the visitor in San Francisco, this is kind of designed for them. So they can smoke in a place where there's not gonna be any problems.
Well, this is just the retail, and as you mentioned, there's other lounges, so can we check out the other things you have to offer?
Of course we can.
All right.
Alyssa, welcome to the Vault.
Oh my gosh, the Vault. Hi. Okay, so where are we and what happens here? This looks like chemistry class.
This is what we call the Vault, and this is where we do dabs. Dabbing is you're basically using concentrated marijuana to get high.
This is part of, one of the experiences you guys offer, and this is just one of the lounges. Do you plan to have other experiential type of, rollouts at Mo's Greens as well?
We do. In fact, this is one of 3 lounges that we currently have.
Right.
I think one of the real exciting things that we're going to roll out here in the summertime is a wet bar.
Ooh.
So we'll actually be able to do like mocktails and things like that as soon as the state regulations catch up with the innovation.
When will you be able to do cocktails? Are those two things completely separate
They're completely
for now?
separate right now. The feds control the alcohol. The state obviously is okay with cannabis. The feds are not. So until we get a little more synergy between Washington, D.C. and what happens in
That's
California.
such a San Francisco word, synergy.
It is indeed. You're very synergetic here.
Nate, I'm also noticing there's no TVs anywhere here. So was that a conscious effort to make sure people were not having, entertainment or stuff like that?
Well, it was. I mean, I think that, we built this space and the space is the art. Everyone's on their mobile devices. Everyone's looking at a screen generally now for work, or you always have the option to pull your phone out and watch your favorite show or stream movies or whatever. So we thought that we really wanted to create a place where, there isn't that, and, to really just think about, being in the space, enjoying the space, and again, trying to maybe add a little more social component to the whole experience.
Right.
So that was the Vault. Now we're in the playground.
Okay, why is it called the playground?
Well, it's the playground because we have a lot more options in here. You can dab in here, you can do vapor, and you can smoke cannabis.
This place is so chic, I feel like I could bring my mom here.
It's funny you said that, actually. That is kind of our litmus test for when we know it's time to open. We bring, I swear to God, we bring our mothers here.
Your mom.
My mom, my business partner's mothers, and when we get the thumbs up, we know we've done it.
I love that story.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Now, how does the city regulate your space? Are they, looking into your air ventilation, or are there things where they're still regulating on site?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a full set of regulations in. You do have to comply with their HVAC requirements. We were lucky enough to be in this space early, and so we kind of helped the city along with looking at our HVAC and kind of seeing what it takes to have a really good consumption lounge.
Now, before we sign off, I have to ask, Am I contact high from just being in here? And how do you deal with this all day?
You don't. Yeah, the answer is yes.
Okay.
And you don't spend a ton of time in here if you don't want to be high.
And we'll leave it there. Nate, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, thank you.